Hello, temporary human. So here's the thought about being triggered. Do you think that you are the happiest, strongest, most sovereign version of yourself when you're living through your triggers? Like our society right now wants to keep people weak, so they say, oh, you should focus on being triggered. You want to be triggered, and if someone triggers you, you shouldn't try and control yourself. You should try and control that person's behavior. And I think it's pretty fruitless for the most part. And triggers teach you about yourself. Like a good example is compliments. If you think of a compliment, so if I see a guy and he's in better shape than me, and I think of a compliment, like I want to say like, dang dude, like you've been working out, you look great. But then there's like two triggers that come up. One of them is if I compliment him about how good he is, then I think I'm the opposite. I think I'm not good. I'm below that. I'm insecure about the way I look or anything like that. And the other thing about men complimenting men is we're so taught to fear being a homosexual. So it's like, hey man, I want to compliment you, but I'm still not totally sure that I'm not gay, and I can't look at it because if I am gay, then I'll be mad at myself, and so I'd rather live in this illusionary version of myself where I don't actually look at anything and I don't actually know how I feel. So I'm pretty confused and I'm living this illusionary version. I hope it makes sense. And I hope that one day we live in communities of strong people, strong, independent, sovereign people who are able to compliment other people because they know that that does not take away from themselves. You are already whole, and anything that says you're not whole is made up by your mind. Like, I am not fulfilled because of this, but you're already full of yourself. That's the goal, is to realize that you're already full of yourself. And our society looks at, oh, they're full of themselves. It's like, oh, they're cocky. And it's an illusionary line to walk, and it's so thin between cocky and confident, and it's totally subjective. So if you're working your hardest to treat others the way you want to be treated and live from the heart, and you're confident in yourself, and then you meet someone who's insecure within themselves and they say you're arrogant, you're cocky, you're this, you're that, listen to what they say and evaluate what they're saying from an objective point. Like, am I being cocky? Or have I overcome all my insecurity in a way that I'm confident now and I'm happy with who I am and I love you and I love myself, and anything else is made up? Why shouldn't we live in communities where people treat each other the way they want to be treated? It's time. Like Buckminster Fuller says, we have the technology for everybody to live at like a very high standard of living. And then the next step is going to be everybody living at a level of confidence and self-love that most people have never even imagined. We've been living in our lower nature for so long as a society. Like, oh, I need to protect my stuff. I want to fuck it. I need food. And if anybody disrespects me, it's my problem. But I don't believe in this whole idea of defending your honor. Which is kind of an unpopular opinion, but if somebody says shit, does it matter? Does it really have to matter? Because it doesn't. It really doesn't have to matter. But if you choose for it to matter, then it does. It's totally up to you. Insecurities are optional. I hope one day we live in societies where people are nice to each other and confident and don't judge other people, because everyone's realizing that, dang, if I'm judging them, it's to cover up an insecurity I have. So if I stand up here, I can look down on them, and that turns a blind eye to my insecurity. My insecurity is over there, and if I don't look at that and I just focus on them and tell them how shitty they are, then I won't have to focus on how shitty I think I am, which is illusionary. Thanks for listening to my rant. Temporary human out.